Hello and welcome to another episode of Into the Dragon Den with me, King of Dragons. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning in to Into the Dragon Den, a series where I just talk about whatever is on my mind at the time I'm making this. So, at the time I'm making this video, Valentine's Day has passed. My vacation is running to an end, unfortunately, but I did have fun during my vacation, and it was one of the best vacations I've ever had. Now, first things first, for the people who've been keeping up and wondering about my situationship and how that is going, unfortunately, it is just going to stay as what it was before our situationship. It's nothing bad that went wrong, it's just that we're in two different places on where we want to be. And that's not to say that's a bad thing. It's not like we ended things on bad terms. It's basically just I wanted something, she wanted something else, and it's just not in the cards at the moment. So unfortunately my situationship is going to be coming to a close, but that door is going to stay open because we left on good terms, and you know, eventually the stars might align and things will get to the where I would like them to be. But for now, it is what it is. I gotta take the standing 8 count right here, but get back right up on my feet. There's nothing wrong with things going not according to plan. You might get knocked down, take that standing 8 count, everybody, but get right back up and back into the fight. It is sad because I really did enjoy spending time with this person, and she made my vacation so much better, and I wouldn't have done a lot of things that I did if it wasn't for her, so thank you so much. Now, unfortunately, we do have to leave that in the rearview mirror at the time, but like I said, things can always change. Maybe down the road we'll cross paths again and things will pick up even better than what they were. I don't know. I can't predict the future. It's something that I would have liked to blossom into something else, but again, it's just not in the cards at the moment. We stay positive here on this channel because nothing is forever. Everything happens for a reason, but we get right back on that horse when we fall off. So, what else do I want to talk about? What have I been doing on my vacation besides working on my YouTube channel? Well, I've been learning to cook, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really did enjoy a lot of the stuff I've made. I've made my very first lobster, which I think the second one was much better than the first one, because I did some things different the second time, things that I was more aware of. And you just got to keep improving. Like, if you do one thing, just keep doing it again and again. You have not learned something until you cannot forget it. Wise words that your hero Wilgis's father told me and our little group. And that really did ring out to me when he told us that. You have not learned something until you cannot forget it. I know a lot of people say, well, I know how to do this, but if you forget how to do it, did you really learn how to do that one thing? Also, I pan-seared my first steaks, which normally my brother is the one that does the grilling, which he does cook a mean steak, but you know what? I'm going to go on record and say I'll make a better steak. That's just objectively, well, it's not objective, it's subjective, because I made the steaks, I took the time to do the brining and preparing them, so of course I'm going to be a little biased toward that, and they were some of the best steaks. Now, the first steak I made was a little bit on the medium side. It wasn't quite medium rare like it was supposed to be. I unfortunately left it on the stove a little bit too long, not too long though, because it was still pink in the middle. Not as much pink as I would have liked to see, unfortunately, but it was still juicy, it was still tender, and it had a great crust to it. So, first steak, absolutely delicious. Second steak, I got much better in it, because that second steak, I was more aware of how long it should take. It was about the same thickness. It didn't have as much fat, so it did cook a little bit faster, which I needed to keep that in mind. And when I was basting it, of course the train passes when I do an episode, that's just how it is on King of Dragons. As I was basting it in the butter, I'm like, ooh, I gotta turn the heat down, because if the heat stays up, it's gonna overcook, and you don't want to overcook steaks like ribeye. You want those to be anywhere from medium rare to medium. That's probably the best temperature to have a ribeye steak. And second one, much juicier, much more delicious, and I think it was more tender because I let it brine in the refrigerator for 2 days. I don't know, some people say you can dry brine it for a couple of days. I think 2 days is long enough, and that's as far as I'm willing to do it. And they were pretty thick steaks, so giving it that time to brine really did bring out all that flavor. And yeah, I just learned how to cook a lot of new things over this vacation. I cooked scallops, I cooked lobster, I grilled some mean steaks, and next we're going to learn how to do some sushi. So I'm really looking forward to that. My expertise in cooking is getting much better, and I'm looking forward to the new stuff that I will make. And you know, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Unfortunately, I am going to be going back to work this Monday, which I don't know if this video will go up Tuesday or Thursday. I do know that I am getting a new position at work, because when I checked my schedule, it didn't say Service Desk Associate like it normally says. It says Learning Associate, which is odd to me because I have no idea what that is. And for them to change my position while I'm on vacation, that's interesting. It might be a new position that opened up that they're going to have me in. Or I might be going somewhere else. I don't know. I might be stuck behind a computer doing desk job, and I hate being behind a desk job. It's very boring to me. I'm the kind of person that likes to move around, and prior to my accident at my job, I got to move around the entire store, and I loved that. I don't like being confined to one place. When I was in my first position, I just had a department to stay in, but the department was kind of big, so I got to move around. The second one, where I got to get orders, I got to go around the store. That was so much fun. And yeah, it took some learning, and I did get the hang of that position, and I was very good at it. Like, when I was there, our deliveries were like a week ahead, so we had a lot of time to like get the online orders and make sure everything was ready to go. I do remember as an order puller, my accuracy was like at a 99.9, meaning most of the stuff I was getting off the shelf was correct to the order. And well, I got to walk around the store, I got to learn some new skills, so moving around absolutely helped my positioning at the store. And it just sucks that I got hit by a car and pretty much messed up my back. And as a service desk associate, I was kind of confined to the service desk for most of the day. Yeah, there were times where they would let me walk around, but it wasn't anything that I want. And with my back the way it is, I am a little bit concerned that if this position has me moving around, will I need to have my cane with me more often? I don't know, it's just something that I gotta figure out when I go back to work on Monday. But yeah, this is relatively a short episode of Into the Dragon Den. Just wanted to give you guys an update on how my vacation went, my situationship, which again, unfortunately is not going to be moving forward. But again, we leave the door open in the event our paths cross, because you whenever... Okay, so a smarter man than me once told me you never burn bridges because you never know when you're going to need to cross over. And God rest his soul, he was completely right, and I know he's probably looking down at... Well, I think he's looking down at me. Somebody else thinks he's looking up, because, again, how you interact with somebody determines your view on them. To me, he was always source of encouragement and words of guidance, and I will always remember that, even though I only knew him for about 3 years. And we didn't always see eye to eye, but he did give me that insight and that knowledge and wisdom, which thankfully before he passed away, I do have that knowledge that he was able to pass down to me. So yeah, never burn bridges, because you never know when you're going to need to walk back. And this is something I think people don't understand, that it's okay to go back. It's okay to start again. It's scary. You're comfortable continuing where you are. sometimes life just comes at you and it knocks you down and you lose all that progress. But that's okay. You need to get back up and keep fighting. I think Macho Man said it the best, that as men, you're gonna cry. You've cried 1,000 times, you're gonna cry 1,000 more times. And that's okay. You just gotta take that standing 8 count, get right back into the fight, because that's what it's all about, brother, you dig? And that's something I want to leave you guys with. Those words of wisdom, that if things don't go your way, it's perfectly fine. You will get back up on your feet. It might take some time. Take the time you need. Again, take that standing 8 count and get back into the fight. Don't think that something bad happens and you can't continue, because you can. And I'm telling you this as somebody who has fallen down several dozen times, who for the last 9 years thought I was the biggest failure in the world. And you just get right back up and you keep going. Things are scary, but you know what? Success comes, and when it does, you will be so much happier that it came. So, thank you for watching another video here on the Dragon Den, and diving deep into the Dragon Den, where we look into the mind of King of Dragons. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to type in Vader. Not Darth Vader, it's time, it's Vader time. So type in Vader time in the comments so I know you made it all the way to the end. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites, thank you for joining me in another dive into the Dragon Den, and I'll see you next time.